So there's that one. What else was he on? Police Academy 2. MASH, he was on for a long time.
He has an uncredited role in Goodfellas.
He's on Happy Days.
Yeah, I'm looking at their list too. I don't recognize most of these other than Police Academy, Major
Charlie's
Crimes,
Angels.
Closer. There you go.
The original one, the series in 1974.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but
no,
still,
he
played in Chips too.
Chips?
He played a lot of.
He's been around for a long time and but he's pretty much stuck to TV. So.
Well, and he's done a lot of little characters. He's never done anybody big. His biggest ones were Rizzo and MASH, which you could debate that was a big character because he was only in 14 episodes. But he ended up later becoming a little bit bigger of a character. Then you've got Police Academy, all the Police Academy movies, which, like I said, there's 7 of them. And then you've got The Closer. That pretty much sums up most of his career. I mean, he's done a little, but other than that, it's been like a brother here, a little person here or there. But yeah, no, I love him in that role too.
Yeah,
he's really funny in that role.
So what was this other movie that was on here? Hot Fuzz. What was that about? Because again, this is one I definitely have not seen at any point.
So
I have not seen it either.
So I'm the only one that's seen it?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just know Edgar Wright directed it. I know Edgar Wright's a good director.
It was directed by Edgar Wright, and it was one of those. It was also, I think it was written by Edgar Wright and Simon Pegg, who also played in the main cast. He was actually I think he was the main character. So you got Simon Pegg and Martin Freeman. I'm trying to find the other guy. It's pretty much the same cast. Have you guys seen Shaun of the Dead or any?
Shaun of the Dead, I have not seen, but I did see Zombieland.
That's completely different. No, so this pretty much.
It's like a spoof zombie movie.
Well, no, this one is literally Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, Ends of the Earth, and I think there's one or two other, are all the same cast. It's like a British version of Adam Sandler, or an English version of Adam Sandler.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
They pretty much have their own cast all the time, and that's just how they operate.
Simon Pegg stars, right?
Yeah, Simon Pegg stars. I'm trying to find his co-star. Because I know him and his co-star, Nick Frost, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, him and Nick Frost are like the two main characters in all of these movies.
Oh, you know what? They were in the movie Paul.
Yes.
They were in Paul and...
Shaun of the Dead.
Yep, Shaun of the Dead. I know Shaun of the Dead. The one, I've seen him in other movies too. He's in a lot of stuff. He was in Gallivant,
if you saw it, or was in that sing-along series. That he was in that. He was in Doctor Who for a couple episodes. I got super excited when he was that.
The one guy, man, I forget their names, but the one who's a little bigger, I think he was in.
That's I think Christopher Frost.
Yeah, he was
or Nick Frost.
I think he was in the first Night at the Museum. He was like the host, the museum like curator or owner or whatever. I think.
I don't think so.
Are you sure?
Look through his IMDb. I'm pretty sure he's not. But he did a lot of. I'm trying to find all the movies because there's like, because what it started is I had a friend of mine who, he introduced me to Shaun of the Dead, so I watched that movie, and then we found out about Hot Fuzz and we watched Hot Fuzz, and I haven't seen Paul, but
Paul's
then
a really good one.
Ends of the Earth came out with the same cast. And so we went and we saw that one. So there's a set of movies that have Nick Frost, and why can I not remember his name? It was Sean something, right? Simon Pegg.
Oh, you're right. He's not Night at the Museum. That was a different actor I was thinking of. Anyways, yeah, no, I've seen these guys here and there, and their main movie that I've seen was Paul, and I think he's great in it. Paul, or they're both great in it. It's a great movie. And it's got Seth Rogen in it. And you guys have seen Paul, right?
Apparently they were in Ice Age 4.
Yes.
They were in Ice Age 4?
Yep.
Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, no, Paul's really good. You should watch it, Aaron. It's,
it's on my list. But the main ones that we watched were Shaun of the Dead, at World's End is what it was. At World's End. And then you've got Hot Fuzz. Those were kind of the three main ones that they did.
Aren't they coming out with a new one? I feel like I heard they were going to come out with a new one, but I'm not sure. If
they are, it's not on here.
Ah, all right.
Anyway, so it's pretty much has the same cast, and the whole premise of the movie is Simon Pegg's character is a very, very, very good detective. He's overly good. He goes above and beyond what he's supposed to, but it's annoying. It's one of those, he's in, I think it's England.
Yes.
He's a constable. He's a constable, and he's so good that people just get annoyed. And I think he gets himself into a little bit of trouble. And so they send him into this little tiny town in the middle of nowhere. It's like a little village in the middle of nowhere. They pretty much take care of everything themselves. And he realizes that he's kind of, the outcast. He hasn't been able to fit in, and things aren't just adding up. So, to make a long story kind of shorter, he figures out that there's a conspiracy, like, because all these once he gets there, all these deaths start happening, like all these people just start dying, and he's trying to find a way to connect it, and some logical reason for it, and he finds out, spoiler alert, a little bit, that it's literally just they want to win the Village of the Year award. And all these people are going to do things that would jeopardize that. And so it's literally just this big selfish, they want their village to win this award. And it's like a committee of people. It's really weird, but it's really funny how they go about it.
It sounds...
it's kind of gory, too. And then there's one point when Simon Pegg and Nick Frost just go on like a rampage.
Oh, jeez.
Like, Simon Pegg just rides into town on a horse with two shotguns in his... Like, he's got two shotguns in a backpack and, like, an endless supply of ammo. And he just pretty much kills off this committee.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I'm sold. I have to see it now.
Oh, it's really good. If you wanted to stay, I'd say let's see it after the show. But, no, it's super good. It's on Netflix. It's one of my favorites. If you ever get a chance, At World's End is really good. Or The World's End. Which was in 2013. That was one of the most recent ones.
Right.
That one's pretty good. That one's about literally this group of kids who grew up together. They kind of dispersed, and all of them did, pretty decent things. Like there's a real estate agent, things like that. Except for the one, which was the head of the group. He still acts the same way that he used to. And their goal was always to make it to the world's end, which was pretty much the end of a strip of bars. They wanted to go from bar to bar to bar to bar to bar. And it gets really weird because it turns into like an alien thing. So it's weird, but it's good. Like all of their movies are weird, but good. Like Shaun of the Dead is literally a zombie movie, but these two have no clue what they're doing.
Oh yeah.
Like they literally get, I think it's a cricket bat and a shovel, and like they start messing with the zombie and like taking pictures with it, and then I'm going to like this bar. And it's just.
But just sort of parroting like a lot of zombie tropes. Like the one that was really funny was where it's the zombie punk. Like you gotta use anything to defend yourself. And I remember seeing a clip where they grab a bunch of old records, and then they're throwing them like discs.
They're throwing them and they're sticking in their heads.
But what happens is they're like, oh, no, that's a good one. Don't throw that one.
No, they're sitting there going through the rerecords. They literally hit, one of them is going through the records.
And this is Shaun of the Dead?
Yeah. One of them is going through the records, and then the other one's like garbage, and so they would throw the ones that they didn't like. So he was going through them. It's like, no, don't throw that one. That one's a good one. No, it's garbage. Keep it. But the cool part about it is it also kind of goes into what happens after the zombie apocalypse. Like there's some after footage, like some of the scenes after the credits where it's like there's this girl and she's on Jerry Springer and they've got a zombie and she's like, so you're in love with a zombie? And she's like, I just can't help it. Like, and he's like flesh eating, but then you've got,
Wow.
but it's just they're all really good movies. I have yet to see Paul. I want to see Paul really bad.
I have it on a DVD. You can borrow it.
I have Hot Fuzz on DVD. I don't have Shaun of the Dead or The World's End. But anyway, they're all good movies. Hot Fuzz. I chose it pretty much because it was just another police movie. There's really not too much to pick from on Netflix anymore.
Right.
There's a lot of movies I could have chosen from if I wasn't anchored to Netflix.
Right. Like Hulu's got a lot of options too.
Right. Anyway, so both of the movies that I picked, which were Hot Fuzz and Police Academy, are really good. I honestly favor Police Academy. It's one of my favorites. It's an older one. It's from like the 80s, if I remember correctly.
Yep, 1994.
Yeah, it's definitely something I want to watch.
It's super funny. It's super funny. Like I said, I think I heard Mathew laugh quite a bit during that movie. And there's some very adult jokes in there, but they're subtly implied.
Right.
I was gonna say a lot of it is honestly like just kind of dumb, silly humor. Like most of the characters act like they're in middle school, really.
But they're not. But it's not like Family Guy dumb stupid humor. You know what I mean?
Oh no.
It's not like
that.
super raunchy.
Yeah. It's
but
just silly.
Right, and like there's one point when because this one guy Mahoney pretty much plays all the pranks, and the two guys that are actually want to be there at the police academy, they try to do stuff and it backfires. Like they hired someone that you could imply would be a woman of the night, and to get someone in trouble, Mahoney takes that person out of it because it was for like room inspection. They put her in his room, so that way when they did the room inspection, what is she doing here?
Mm-hmm.
So then Mahoney took her out and put her in a podium, and then the commandant walks up and things happen while he's giving a presentation in front of these people because she's hiding in the podium. So it's just, but it's yeah. So it's that kind of adult humor that's just, and it was hilarious.
Oh jeez.
And I don't want to give too much of it away, but but the guy who makes noises does so at very, 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 very good points that it makes it really funny. Like there's things that happen where he'll make a noise and he'll just start laughing.
Yeah, no, I believe it. I believe it. If I could make noises like that all the time, I would.
So, me too. Like there was one point, and like I said, there was one point when he's literally just show him shaving because there's some guys talking in the background, and he's got a regular razor, and he makes a noise like it's an electric razor, and then he'll like stop and he'll like change this, quote unquote, change the setting, and it got faster. He made the noise faster, and then like at the end of the scene, they kept flashing to other people because there was actually something going on.
Right.
At the end of the scene, right before they flashed to a different, to like the school again, and then it was the new day.
Mm-hmm.
It like showed him like the razor was like turning on, and he's like and like fell on the ground. It was just dumb funny humor, but it's almost clean dumb funny humor.
Right. It's like
so
it's not stupid funny, it's silly funny.
Right.
Fair
anyway,
enough.
So those were our Netflix fresh and retro pick of the week. We're gonna real quick give our rating, except for Mark because he didn't see them.
Yeah, I can't even put a rating on them.
So we'll start with Police Academy. Matt, what do you think? Well, hold on. Our rating system is stars because Netflix took away their stars, so we're gonna bring them back. So it's out of 5 stars. Only one movie got a 5 stars, and I think it was last week. I'm trying to remember what movie it was. But both the movies last week got pretty good ratings. But other than that, we've kept it between like 4-ish. There's one that we've given like 1 star.
Mm-hmm.
So with that info, go.
I would say I would give Police Academy it's a nice, fun, silly movie that fits the 1980s.
Very well.
Good for a laugh. Out of 5. There we go. I'm sorry. I hate ratings because people boil it down to your 1 rating and then that's it. If I had to, gun to my head, we'll do 3 out of 5. So
I would do a 4 out of 5. But I went in knowing that this was a funny movie and I really liked it. So again, that kind of has a biased opinion to it, but